In the undergrowth of our planet's forests, a small creature hides a volatile secret, mastering chemical warfare long before humans ever existed.
This is the Bombardier Beetle, a ground beetle famous not for its bite, but for its explosive back end.
It scours the forest floor for food, seemingly vulnerable to the many predators that lurk in the shadows.
To survive in a world of giants, evolution has equipped it with a biological cannon. Danger is never far away in the undergrowth, and a hungry predator spots the potential meal.
Speed and strength are usually the deciding factors in these encounters.
However, the beetle is not as defenseless as it appears to be.
Deep inside its abdomen lies a complex dual-chambered system designed for combustion.
It stores two separate chemicals that are harmless when kept apart, but volatile when mixed. The first ingredient is hydroquinone, a common chemical compound found in nature.
The second is hydrogen peroxide, a powerful oxidizer used in many biological processes. The predator strikes, attempting to grasp the beetle with its forelegs.
In a split second, the beetle triggers its internal defense mechanism.
Muscles squeeze the storage reservoirs, forcing the two chemicals into a thick-walled reaction chamber.
Waiting in this chamber are special enzymes, catalase and peroxidase.
These enzymes act as catalysts, instantly breaking down the hydrogen peroxide.
This breakdown releases a massive amount of free oxygen.
The oxygen then oxidizes the hydroquinone, converting it into benzoquinone.
This chain reaction is highly exothermic, generating intense heat instantly. The mixture reaches the boiling point of water, creating expanding steam.
The pressure builds, but the beetle must aim before it fires.
The tip of the abdomen is incredibly flexible, able to rotate 270 degrees.
As the predator makes contact, the biological trigger is pulled.
An outlet valve opens, and the boiling chemicals are ejected with audible force.
The spray is not a continuous stream, but a rapid-fire pulse.
It pulses hundreds of times per second, a machine gun effect caused by micro-explosions.
This pulsing allows the chamber to cool slightly between bursts, protecting the beetle.
The result is immediate and overwhelming for the attacker.
The liquid is scalding hot, reaching temperatures of 100 degrees Celsius.
Furthermore, the quinones are irritating toxins that burn sensitive tissues.
The combination of thermal burn and chemical burn is a perfect deterrent. Once the danger passes, the beetle resumes its routine as if nothing happened.
Its chemical payload is depleted, but its body immediately begins synthesizing more. Even larger predators, like toads, learn to avoid this brightly colored insect. Occasionally, a predator is fast enough to swallow the beetle whole.
But the defense mechanism works even inside the stomach of a predator. A detonation inside the gut forces the predator to regurgitate its meal instantly.
Remarkably,
The beetle often survives these ordeals completely unscathed.
Its own exoskeleton protects it from the heat and corrosiveness of its spray.
It is a marvel of biological engineering, a living chemical reactor that carries a bomb in its belly without blowing itself apart.
The reaction chamber is lined with cuticle that is heat-resistant and tough.
Crucially, a one-way valve prevents the explosion from shooting backward.
The pressure of the gas itself forces the supply valve shut.
This leaves only one path for the superheated liquid, out towards the enemy.
The aim is so precise it can target individual legs of an attacker.
Reflectors on the abdomen help guide the spray around the beetle's body.
The audible pop is distinct enough to be heard by the human ear.
When swarmed by smaller insects like ants, the defense is equally effective.
The spray disperses, creating a chemical barrier that confuses and burns the swarm. The chemical signal disrupts the ants' communication, ending the coordinated attack. Scientists have studied this mechanism for decades to understand its efficiency.
High-speed X-ray imaging has revealed the rapid oscillations of the internal valves.
The pulse delivery system is far more energy efficient than a continuous spray.
It allows for higher droplet velocity and greater distance with less fluid usage. This natural design has even inspired engineers improving mist generation technologies. From fuel injection in cars to fire extinguishers, the beetle's biology offers solutions.
Turlings. But for the beetle beetle, this is simply a tool for daily survival.
Chemical signaling is also used for finding mates in the dense undergrowth.
They must be careful not to trigger their defenses against one another.
When a massive threat, like a bird, appears, freezing is the first option.
Camouflage and stillness are energy-saving alternatives to chemical warfare.
But when discovered, the beetle does not hesitate to engage.
A direct hit to the beak or eyes can startle even a vertebrate predator.
The bad taste and heat are enough to make the bird seek an easier meal.
Escape is always the ultimate goal of the defensive distraction.
Safe inside, the beetle can rest and replenish its chemical stores.
The metabolic cost of creating these chemicals is high, so they are used sparingly.
A new day brings new challenges in the competitive ecosystem.
Cleanliness is vital to ensure the nozzle remains unblocked and ready.
A blocked reaction chamber could be fatal, causing an internal rupture. There are hundreds of species of Bombardier beetles across the globe. From rainforests to deserts, this chemical toolkit has proven successful everywhere.
While sizes and patterns vary, the underlying chemistry remains remarkably similar.
This complex mechanism didn't appear overnight. It evolved over millions of years.
Scientists believe the glands originally produced simple quinones for bad taste.
Over time, the addition of the heating mechanism created a far more potent weapon.
Today, it stands as one privatization of the most sophisticated defense systems in the animal kingdom.
It reminds us that in nature, size does not always dictate power.
The Bombardier Beetle is a master of chemistry, engineering, and survival.
A tiny, explosive miracle, proving that the most complex solutions can come in the smallest packages.